Look, man. Hello, hello. Is it working? It's like it is. Look, welcome back. Look, I'm back. Finally, I'm back. Finally, if I post this video, I should look like, comment, subscribe. I have 89 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the support. You know, we're 11 away from my goal of 100. Maybe if I get 100, if you like, comment, and subscribe to this video, if you enjoy this content, man, and I get 100 subscribers, maybe I'll be consistent. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But look, thank you for coming. If you enjoyed the comment, like, I'm being serious now. Like, comment, subscribe. We're here to talk about the WNBA. And this is, you know, I don't hate women, but I do hate the WNBA and all the women, they're like, how they think. And I don't hate them as women. I don't hate women. I love women. Okay. But the WNBA, I just want to make that clear. I don't hate women. I hate the WNBA. Okay. That's a group of women. With, you know. Okay. Just to let you know. I don't hate all women. But look. You know, they've been hating on Caitlyn. Caitlyn getting them private jets. They're mad about it. Caitlyn is selling more jerseys than every girl. They're mad about it. They're mad that Caitlyn got a signature shoe. She got a signature shoe deal before she touched the court. And when that happened, what did they say? They said, why doesn't Aja Wilson have one? Oh, because people wasn't watching her play. This is how it goes. And you're gonna see through this video. Now, I think she I don't know her name. Something, I don't want to say it wrong. Something, I don't know, I don't want to say it wrong. But I feel like, from what I've heard so far, she's presented, I'm clean with these. You see, I'm clean with these dreads. I got a fresh Reese. I'm clean with the purple hoodie. Okay. Look, okay, but I got sidetracked myself. I just realized how good I look. I sound really crazy, but look. Let's just get the video. I forgot the overview I'm gonna give. They're hating on Caitlyn, basically. They're hating because she's bringing in more views, and plus she's white, and that's really what it is. And it's not all Caitlyn, okay? It's not all the eyes coming is Caitlyn, because on College Girls College, all the eyes went on Caitlyn. She was the top of the most people were looking at her. But she wasn't the whole thing. You see me, like Angela Reese, she doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole class. It's a class. It's like all the women coming up. Even to, like, it's a class of women. A couple of them. You see what I'm saying? And but Caitlyn is the big dog. And they don't like Caitlyn because she's white. They hate it. They hate that for them to get private jets, for people to start watching it a bunch. It took a white, it was a white woman that did that. It was a white woman that did that. Now, if I swear, I promise you, if Caitlyn was black or Mexican or brown, anything other than white, I don't think this would really even, I think they would embrace her. I really do. But maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not going to say it's all the whole picture. I think it's a big part of the picture, though. Because they always bring up race when they talk about it. It's always about, oh, we know why all these people are coming. When really the people are coming because Caitlyn, when I watch Caitlyn play, well, she looks like Steph Curry. And then when you watch the WNBA, it's like fundamentals. Nobody wants to watch fundamentals. Nobody wants to watch I can't sit down and watch a regular season game of the NBA. I need to watch the playoffs. I get bored easy. Real easy. I get bored easy. I needed some stakes. So you want me, I can't watch a regular season NBA game with dunking and all that high flying action, right? But you want me to watch the WNBA, which is the definition of fundamental basketball. The definition. It's just dribble. They go shoot layups. It's the left knee is up, the right hand is shooting a layup. Like, it's fundamentals, okay? It's just boring looking. It's just not the same. And Caitlyn is shooting from the logo. Nobody in the WNBA was doing that. Nobody in college was doing that. She's shooting from the logo. She's doing what she looks just like Steph Curry. Carrying the team on her back. It's a different feel. And they're mad that she's doing it and she's white. Okay? So I'm gonna let her break down. This is about why Caitlyn. I had to give that little intro because I'm not covering all the other topics about this because they're hating on her. I had to cover all the other stuff they're hating on her with. This specifically is about Caitlyn not being on Team USA. And I guess I'm gonna let them speak because I've been speaking a lot. So I should just shout out to Nightcap. I love you. I like you way more on this type of stuff. What is your name? I really like Chad, and I can't think of his name. Like I don't like him on the talk shows. I didn't like him on the talk. I like him more on this. But Shannon Sharp, there it is. I like Shannon on here. I really do. I really didn't like Shannon on the talk shows or whatever. I like Shannon on here. I like him. But let's
and you didn't have I don't think you had a problem with her not being selected. So I want to, Ocho and I want to open the floor up to you and let you go into great detail because when you're on television, you got to get to the top of the hour, you got to get to the break, you got 4 or 5 people. And even though we have 3 people, we're going to open the floor up to you, Chanae. Tell us what's going on in this situation.
Sure. I think the hardest thing is that oftentimes when we're in a debate format, people are more concerned with entertainment than the truth. And the truth is that I have a lot.
And see, this is she's talking about people are with entertainment than the truth. Now, I think with this topic in particular, people are being very truthful. They're talking about numbers. They're talking about ratings. They're talking about stuff that you can look at. Now, I know in sports media, people do exaggerate a lot and they just say stuff. I know. It's a big problem. But in this situation, bro, it's all facts. Okay? And she'll admit that later. But okay.
Experience into why she probably was not selected. And I said it before, it's largely based off of experience. I don't know if people realize that earlier this year, Team USA almost lost to Belgium. It took a buzzer beater by Breanna Stewart.
Nobody cares. I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody. Team USA has almost lost to a bunch of people. I really don't care. But
to win. The rest of the world is coming. I don't know if you followed the U.S. women's national.
The rest of the world is coming.
You saw what happened with the men. I know we didn't send our best squad over there, but over the last summer, you saw the international competition. If you look at
she's comparing. Look,
the NBA right now. Who is dominating the league in some regards? The last few years,
foreign
players. The game has changed.
And oh my god! Now, you might be thinking, why is she comparing the NBA to the WNBA? These are not comparable leagues. I'm sorry, they're not. I don't now there are some international people in the WNBA now, but are you telling me that I really doubt that international basketball is more competitive on the female side than it is on the male side. I really doubt it. I do. I truly do. Because in the WNBA, it's I think 2 foreign players balling out of control. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I know she is, and her sister. I don't think she plays anymore. Her sister's like an MVP and stuff. But I don't think it's that many people. Now in the NBA, you can argue the top 5 players in the league are from out of the United States. Okay, so that's not a good comparison. It's not. The competition is not the same. I refuse. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll say I'm wrong. But I refuse to believe that y'all didn't put Caitlyn Clark on the team because of competition. And one spot is not changing that. And Caitlyn is really good. Caitlyn is good. Caitlyn would do good on the team regardless. So, what do you mean experience?
I really do give a lot of credit
as it pertains
to basketball to the foresight of the NBA. The NBA has wanted to make this a global game. I'm Nigerian. The only other professional basketball league outside of the NBA and the WNBA is the Basketball Africa League, who just had coming. And then I think at the end of the day, like, we're people that are all fans, right? Like, the reason why we have the jobs we have is because we love sports. We love it at the highest level. But that is the central mission. And I don't know if this is sports. We love it at the highest level. We appreciate the moment that the women's game is at. We want that moment to carry over. But it can't come at the expense of what the Olympic mission is, and it's to medal. And I think that's the one.
See, bro, and this is where this is dumb. She's talking about. What she said is, I know I'm jumping because I already watched this. I'm trying to be quick, okay, and which I don't need to be, but she said they're trying to keep up the Olympic standard to medal, and and putting Caitlyn on there would change that. I don't think it would. Like, you have people on the team that, like, you could replace for Caitlyn, and it would be just fine. I don't think that's the 12 best WNBA players. It's not. And you talk about teams, like, teams have always included. USA teams have, including women and men, have always included the top college prospects. They always have. Because it just looks good. It's a headline. It's jersey sales. It's, you see what I'm saying? So for you to say that it's about meddling, the women's team has did it in the past. Like 3 times. They did it in the past. And I'm sure they medaled, or maybe they didn't. The men's team do it all the time. They medal every year. So, like, you can do both things at the same time. Like, one player isn't going to change anything. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. If we're saying you're the Premier League and you're bringing 11 of the best people and then Caitlyn Clark, that's not changing nothing to the world. You're the best league. That's why like NBA could bring. We don't even have to bring the best people, and we could win, because the teams are good, but they might have like a couple dudes from the NBA, and then the rest of them just be hoop. Like, it's not the NBA is the golden standard. Okay, so like it's there's no way you're convincing me that. There's no way you're convincing me. I think it's the best argument presented so far, but there's no way you're convincing me that not including Caitlyn Clark, presented in the most coherent way, is that this team without Caitlyn, like, you couldn't remove one player and put Caitlyn Clark and they wouldn't medal. There's just no way you're convincing me. There's just no way.
I think people are sort of missing in all of this.
That's an exaggeration.
The goals of Team USA by criteria is to assemble the best team, a team where your players are set up for success. And I think
they don't even have the best team. They don't have the best team. They don't have the best team. They got like Diana Taurasi on it. She old. They got 4 people from the Aces on the team. Like, they got they don't even have the best team. And and they're gonna bring it up.
That shouldn't matter, but that is the central mission. And I don't know because that's not what we've always done.
But I think, listen, I agree with what she.
I don't care about what Ocho said.
Everyone woke up so big mad that Caitlyn Clark did not make the team, because everyone's looking forward to her having the spotlight in the biggest moments. This is how I felt personally when I didn't make a team a couple years back. This is how my sister felt as the only MVP that never made an Olympic roster. It was heartbreaking. Which
is absurd. So she's saying, her argument. Let's let her finish.
I got blood in the game. Now I understand that Caitlyn has the eyeballs that no player who has picked up a ball has ever had before. So I'm not saying that my circumstance or my sister's circumstance should have been anything different.
No, what you're saying is that because it happened to us, like, it's okay to happen to her. Because maybe you got wronged and you felt like you got wronged, but that was okay because you didn't. But you did. And the WNBA or whoever picks you, Women's USA team, they were dumb not picking you up just for the eyes alone. They were dumb. How do you not pick up your sister who is the MVP? How is she not one of the 12 best women Like, that makes no sense. If you can't assemble the best WNBA player and not include the MVP of the league, no, like that doesn't make sense. So just because you were wronged, like, don't make it right, or that Caitlyn should get that wrong. Like, you were wronged. You should have been on the team. The WNBA was tripping back then. They've been tripping. They don't know how to market.
But I just think it's funny because I'm like, y'all really care for the right reasons because you want to see the game grow. But I do think there's a difference between women and men. In the WNBA and women's basketball, our approach to the game is to honor the game, to respect the game, to play the game the right way. For so many years, people have been critical. Our league has been joked about for a long time. So many people come in with preconceived notions about what women's basketball is. And yes, Caitlyn is a part of changing that narrative, but that doesn't mean we change our entire sport. That doesn't mean that we change the integrity to which we assemble rosters to go win Olympic gold. That doesn't mean we change how we compete on the floor. And I know you were talking to me about competing like, Sinead, that hard foul wasn't competition.
Yeah, bro, and this is the dumb, like, and this is where, bro, I know it's this cap and delusion, and this is why I'm so angry about this, because the WNBA is clowned, because, you know why they're clowned? They bring it onto themselves. They truly do. They truly do. Now, part of it is being women, and they're black, and a lot of them are lesbian, and, you know what I'm saying? So, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. But a big part of it is that y'all are delusional. Y'all are so delusional. And the argument you just presented contradicts all the stuff y'all complain about 24/7. So first, y'all are always complaining about how much y'all get paid. Always. We want the same percentage. Oh, we want to get paid the same. No, we don't want to get paid the same. We want the same percentage as they get. We want the same pay. Y'all argue about pay so much and how little y'all get paid and what y'all got and what the dudes got and how the big difference and disparity. But in this little argument you just presented, you said y'all don't care about pushing this, like changing the sport for somebody that's bringing eyes to the sport, which would get you more money. Caitlyn is bringing more money into the sport. Caitlyn is bringing private jets in. They're moving their games into bigger stadiums because she's selling that many tickets. So you're telling me all y'all complain about is pay. But you get the answer to get a pay increase. That's your answer. That class with Caitlyn at the league, you get an answer, and you're like, no, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to stick to the integrity of the game. Then stop complaining. I don't want to hear another person, another woman, another person in the WNBA. I don't want to hear another WNBA player. If you believe the argument she just presented right here, and you think that's valid, that they should stick to what they're doing and not change their way, and they're just going to get it out the mud until they finally make it and people finally like it. Like, if that's what you want to do, then I don't want to hear you ever complaining about pay again. Because if you don't want to play the game, you're not going to win the game. This is why you're losing $10 million a year. This is why the NBA is funding your league. You're like, it's like PBS. Like, you're just getting funded and you're just losing money every year. They're literally losing money on you every year. And you're telling me y'all don't want to embrace something that would increase the amount of money you could get? So stop complaining. Don't complain again. And another reason why, and another part of y'all's delusion is y'all think y'all are good compared to the man. Y'all suck compared to the man. I'm sorry. If Steph Curry, little Steph Curry, if Steph Curry went into the WNBA and played a season, he would, oh my God, do you understand what Steph Curry would do? And that's crazy. I'm talking about Steph Curry. Man, Derek White. You know what Derek White would go over to the WNBA and do? Derek White would drop 50 a game on him. Derek White would score every point. And y'all think y'all are better than that. Brittany Griner really thought she was better than DeMarcus Cousins. And said that confidently on, like, shut up. Y'all are not good. compared to y'all are not as good as the man. I'm sorry, you're not. It's okay. It's okay. And if you need to stop complaining about paying what you don't get and what you don't got, if you don't want to get in line and do what you need to do to get it. Ain't nobody telling you to strip. Nobody's telling y'all to dress naked or nothing and to get more people to watch. Y'all got a natural person to bring eyes to the sport, and now you're saying, no, we don't shun that. Like, bro, this gotta be, and this is what be making me angry, because how could you, bro, the women are so sensitive. And they are. Because women, well, this is really broadly about women in general. They like, or I guess, well, I'm just going to say specifically about the WNBA. Like, y'all get mad. Well, no, it's really all women. Like, you can't, and I forget my point. You can't say the same thing you say about a woman, a man to a woman. Like, Shannon, and they talk about it at the end. I'm done playing this video, though. They're like, oh, you know, I get when I speak, when I debate, I'm passionate. And I get passionate. But if I'm doing that in front of a woman, it's like, oh, you're attacking her, calm down, da-da-da-da-da. Then why are you saying it like that? But if you do that same thing to a man, it's just like normal conversation. And the women, when that happens, they're like, oh, why are you attacking her? Why are you da-da-da-da? What are you da-da-da-da? Like, it's a double standard. Like, y'all, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard. And I saw a funny joke with the parlays. It was like, women ain't gonna be ready because we start betting on the games and y'all mess up a parlay and people are sending you death threats. And the men are just used to it. They're just like, oh, it's a day. You know what I'm saying? But women, it's like the end of the world. It's like, so, like, at the end of the day, y'all just gotta, like, stop hating, bro. Like, if you don't want to succeed and you want to fail. But don't blame, don't act like people, like the people in the WNBA, they act like they act like people wanted to watch the game, or like that the product they were serving was already good enough. But according to the numbers, it isn't. And with Caitlyn, it's chefing up, it's better. And y'all don't want to accept that. And if you don't want to accept that and you feel like what you had was better than what Caitlyn is bringing, y'all gonna fail. Y'all gonna fail. Y'all gonna keep going broke and keep making. Only 5 people are gonna make over 100K a year, and it's y'all still gonna be broke, complaining. Like, and if that's what you want, that's what you want. But don't ever get on this. Don't ever like get mad when people aren't covering you, and when all this dies down because you didn't embrace Caitlyn and she's just stuck on the trash Indiana fever. And so when it all dies down and y'all don't get this big boost and you realize that you had a cash cow and you ruined it. Now you got to wait maybe a decade, a half century. Maybe you got to wait 30, 40 years for the next Caitlyn Clark to come. And you're just broke until then. And the WNBA, I mean, the NBA might just cancel you because you're just losing the money every year. I mean, it probably wouldn't happen because that would be a terrible look. But you see what I'm saying? Maybe not in the future. We're living in a woke time, but look, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Thank you. Again, 100 subscriber goal. Help me out. And I'll help you out and keep releasing this amazing content for you to enjoy. Bam.